Welcome to the Bmad method install tutorial. Some things we're going to go over are actually some requirements that you're going to need for this. First, let's start to make sure you actually have the latest version of Cursor by going and checking to see that you have the latest version of Cursor. If not, you should be able to install the latest version through the company portal or through going to Cursor and then checking for updates. Another thing you're going to need to do is actually enable some custom modes. So you see here in the top right, there's a little cogwheel. You click on that, and you go to General, and you scroll down. Sorry, if you click on Chat, scroll down, you see Custom Modes here. You want to go ahead and enable that. Custom Modes enabled. Let's also make sure you have some good models enabled to be able to utilize this more effectively. Some of the ones that I typically use are the Claude ones, as well as Grok 4. Grok 4 is extremely good at coding. It's actually probably the king of coding right now. So I'd say probably the ones that you utilize the most will probably be Grok 4 or any of the Claude models, or maybe even O3 Mini. So I would go ahead and enable those. Some other things that you're going to need are some extensions. So if you go over to extensions, you'll see some of the ones that I've installed are important ones for you to have. One of them is Markdown All-in-One. The other one is Markdown Preview with Mermaid. The Markdown Preview with Mermaid support allows you to see diagrams that are in the Bmad method, Markdown files with documentation or diagrams inside of them. With those extensions, you'll be able to see them. For example, you'll see here this workflow here, that's a diagram. This is all in Markdown file. That's because of this extension, Markdown file preview with Mermaid support. You want to make sure that's installed so that you can kind of see Markdown files that are converted to diagrams. Beyond that, you want to also make sure you are using Git Bash. You'll see down here I have a Git Bash terminal. So if you're not sure how to install Git Bash, there's many different ways of installing that just depending on your OS, but you want to make sure you have Git Bash installed. Next, you want to make sure for your project you have a GitHub repo. So here you'll see I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. We'll just call it testing class Bmad method. So let's set it to internal and give it a README file and go ahead and create repository. Let's go ahead and pull this down locally. So from here, we can go down to terminal, make sure we're in the correct directory. Choosing my GitHub directory, so git pull, or git clone. You can see it has pulled it down locally, testing Bmad method. So typically when going with the Bmad method, as you can see here, I've got tons of projects here on the left side. I don't recommend doing the Bmad method with tons of projects open. Just sometimes the AIs get confused and try and add these other projects into your context window. I think it's best instead to open just this project folder. So since we created that, go to open folder. We go to that, so testing Bmad method folder. And so now we should only see just that folder. So now that we're at this point and we're in that location in our terminal as well, see here, you want to do npx bmad method install. So that's npx bmad method install. Hit enter. Let's make this a little bit bigger so that you guys can see. Do we want to proceed? Yes. As you can see, it's going to give us some questions asking what our path is. So as you can see, it is actually this up here, this giant directory that we typed before off PWD. So I can paste that here. So that's my path. Obviously, this will be different on a Windows machine versus a Mac machine, a Mac computer. So that's my path. It's giving you different options. You just want the core up here. You can toggle these on or off by pressing spacebar, but you just want the Bmad Agile core. Go ahead and enter. Do you want them to be sharded? Sharded is another term for chunking. It's basically you're going to create such large markdown files that you're going to want a way to split these into smaller fragments so they fit inside context windows. So you'll want to click yes on this or press Y. Same thing for architecture documents. You want to be able to shard those as well. Now it's going to ask you which IDE we're working with. And obviously, since we're working with Cursor, we'll go to Cursor, press the space bar to select it, and then press Enter. Would we like the pre-built? We don't want the web pre-built bundles. We don't really need them. You can do this, but I don't typically use this. So I click No here. And then as you can see, it's installed my Bmad method and Cursor rules. In the next video, I will go over how to install the agents here so that you'll have your different agents. You'll have your analyst, architect, and all of those that you can call from here in this dropdown, but that'll be in the next video. Thank you.